Hello students, this is Dr. Gaurangi Bhatt here. Today I am going to discuss poem A Thing of Beauty by John Keats, Flamingo textbook for class 12th. First of all, I would like to tell you about the poet. John Keats was an English romantic poet. He was one of the main figures of the second generation of romantic poets, along with Lord Byron and Percy Bysshe Shelley. Despite his works having been in publication for only 4 years before his death from tuberculosis at the age of 25. Now, the introduction of the poem. A Thing of Beauty by John Keats, an excerpt from Endymion, a poetic romance based on Greek legend, in which a young shepherd by the name of Endymion had a vision of Cynthia, the moon goddess. This youth makes a resolution to go after her and seek her. In this quest, he wanders through the forest and under the sea. In the poem, the poet tells us that beautiful things bring immense pleasure and delight. Furthermore, the poet explains that God's creations provide happiness as well as energy. The things present all around provide us with plenty of reasons to feel happy. Moreover, the brave soldiers' stories bring inspiration and enthusiasm to the love life. Beauty is a heavenly tonic. Furthermore, it is like an endless fountain of nectar. Also, beauty can come in various forms. Beauty gives us good health and removes sadness from our lives, resulting in everlasting joy. Now, let's begin with the first stanza. First stanza starts with, "A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases, it will never pass into nothingness, but will keep above quiet for us and a sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing." So this is the first stanza. So in this first stanza, the poet says that beauty stays forever. It never dies. It never fades away. Rather, as the time passes, it increases more and more. So the perception of the poet regarding beauty is that it never goes off with the passing time. Rather, it beautifies, it enhances more and more. For the poet, beauty is like a beautiful shady tree under whose shade all the creatures can sleep. So here the poet has compared beauty with a shady tree. So here he has used simile. The word is like. Whenever the word like is used, as is used, it tells about the simile, figure of speech. So it is compared, beauty is compared as a shady tree, beautiful shady tree, under whose shade all the creatures can sleep peacefully with sweet dreams, and it provides good health and mental peace. So in next stanza, the poet says, "Therefore on every morrow are we wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth, spite of despondence, of the inhuman dearth of noble natures, of the gloomy days, of all unhealthy and over darkened ways made for our searching. Yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the pull from our dark spirits." So this is stanza 2. So here in this stanza, John Keats says, when you wake up the next morning after a sound sleep, all the beautiful memories of our sweet dreams help us to strengthen our bond with the earth. So whatever the dream that we see in our sleep, that enhances, that gives us strength, the power to bond, to unite with the earth. That is why the poet feels that every morning we prepare a wreath of flowers that binds us to earth more strongly. So wreath of flowers means flower in a circular shape, like when we make a wreath. Okay, so that is, we connect, we join, we mingle ourselves strongly with the earth. Hopelessness, sadness and lack of noble ways are a part of human life. So he further says that hopelessness, sadness and lack of noble ways are a part of human life. We cannot escape from all these things, but we have our earth, the beauty of the earth, the beauty of the nature, which gives us pleasure and it never goes off. So life is full of trials and tribulations, lost faith and disappointment. Sometimes we lost our faith in something and sometimes we become disappointed when we don't get the way we want. And this happens because of our own deeds. We harm ourselves by doing healthy and wicked paths. So it depends on us that which path we choose. If we choose unhealthy path, definitely we will reach to the sadness, wickedness. So poet says, in spite of all this, some wonderful sights of nature help us to shed sad and grim thoughts. So apart from this, keeping all these sadness, disappointments aside, nature is there which gives us, provides us to shed our gloominess, to keep our sadness, our negativity aside. They remove the veil of gloom. So the natural things which are around us remove our gloominess, bringing about hope and optimism in our lives. So these things which we are surrounded by always bring hope, the positivity, the light in our lives. So in next stanza, the poet says, such the sun, the moon, trees old and young sprouting a shady boon for simple sheep, and such are daffodils with the green world they live in, and clear rills that for themselves a cooling convert make. Gainst the hot season the mid forests break, rich with the sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms. So in stanza 3, the poet says, he describes the beautiful things which are present on earth. He tells about the sun, the moon, the trees. All these things are around us. These things are present on earth. These are the sun, moon, trees, flowers, daffodils, and the rivers, lakes, the flowing water, the birds, the animals. All these things give us pleasure. Poet says that all these things are like a blessing bestowed on all the creatures by earth. So we are blessed with all these things which are around us. He further describes that the trees provide us with their shade. Trees always give us many things: shade, fruits, house. So every part of tree is used. So it is completely beneficial for us. Flowers with their beauty and rivers with their coolness during the hot summers. So all these natural things, they provide us always something which is very essential, which is very fruitful in our life. All of these are the beauties of nature which are like a boon for us. So, poet says all these things are appreciated, should be liked by us. Now, fourth stanza. In fourth stanza, the poet says, "And such too is the grandeur of the dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead, all lovely tales that we have heard or read, an endless fountain of immortal drink pouring unto us from the heavens bring." So, in this last stanza, the poet says, with the description of more beautiful things that are present on earth, such as the beautiful musk roses which have such a nice fragrance. Then he describes the tales of the mighty warriors who laid their lives for their countries or for humanities. So, warriors, the roses, the flowers are the things that give us solace, soothes our lives. He says that these beautiful things are the gift from God for all of us. So, all these things are like gifts given by nature. They are like a nectar given by God to us, and these are those beauties which are immortal, which are everlasting, eternal, and never fade, and give us a reason to live on this earth despite having so many sorrows in our life. So, at last poet says that despite of many pain, many gloominess, sadness in our lives, there are other things which are present on our earth, and we should appreciate those things and enhance the beauty of our lives. So, instead of blaming ourselves, blaming the life, we should look the other side, look around us. God has given so many things that can be appreciated by the human being. Now, after the explanation of all four stanzas, we will discuss about literary devices that are used by John Keats. As you know, literary devices is a linguistic technique and that produces a specific effect in the poem. First, we have a rhyme scheme. So, what do you mean by rhyme scheme? It is a pattern of rhymes at the end of each line of a poem or a song. It is referred to by using letters to indicate which line rhyme, and lines designated with the same letter all rhyme with each other. I have given you example like forever, never. So, the last letter and the sound is same, keep, sleep. So, the letter we have given is AA. For forever, never are same. So, we have given AA, then keep and sleep. Both are same. Their sounds are same. So, we have given BB. This way it continues. So, the rhyme scheme of this poem is AA, BB, C. So, this continues. Next, we have alliteration. Alliteration is a use of consonant sound at the start of two words which are close in series, like sweet and sleep. So, both the words S and S at the beginning are same. Next example, band, bind. So, B in band and B in bind, both are same. So, this is alliteration when the letters are repeated in a series. Next example we have noble and nature. In this first letter is N, and in nature also first letter is N. So the repetition of the same letters. Next example, S in sum and S in shade. Another we have in sprouting, shady, simple, sheep. So here all first letters are repeating. And next, C in cooling, coward, and H in heaven, earth. So alliteration is when the letters are repeated continuously. That is called alliteration, and it's a literary device. Next we have anaphora. Anaphora is used in its words repeat at the beginning of successive clauses, phrases or sentence. So in anaphora we use the same word in two consecutive lines, like of noble natures of all the unhealthy. So first word is of. In second line also first letter is, it starts with of. So of and of both are used as anaphora. Next literary device we have imagery. Imagery is used when we want to create a sensory effect of beautiful things lined up in a string, like a flowery band or to bind us, trees giving shade, sprouting shady boom. So when the poet uses such words, it gives the effect of imagery. So this is called when he wants to give a sensory effect. And next we have growing process of daffodils. So here daffodils with the green world they live in, it gives the effect, sensory effect. Clean river stream, clear rills. So whenever we read such lines, it creates an image in our mind. Next literary device is anesthesis. So anesthesis are used when we use opposite words. So opposite words, when they are used in a poem, that is called anesthesis. Like example, old and young, love and hate, sweet and sour. So such words which are contrast with each other are called anesthesis. Next we have metaphor. Metaphor is a figure of speech. So when we directly refer to one thing, it describes an object or action in a way that isn't literally true, but we make it, and it helps explain an idea or make a comparison. If I say she is a rose, it means we have straight away said her a rose. So here directly we are comparing that girl or that person with a rose. So in this poem, like bower quiet, calmness of the bower is compared to the calming effect of a beautiful thing. So straight away Keats has used your metaphor bower quiet. Instead of saying quiet as a bower, he has straight away said bower quiet. Wreathing a flowery band, the beautiful things of our life bind us to the earth. And immortal drinks. So like an immortal drink, instead of saying this, he has said immortal drinks. So beautiful objects of nature are forever like a never-ending portion of a drink. So this way metaphors are used in this poem by John Keats. And last we have inversion. So inversion happens when we reverse, when we invert, when we turn the normal word order of a structure, most commonly subject verb. So instead of writing subject at first place, we write we bring verb at the first place and the sequence changes. Example is like, are we reading a flowery band? So here instead of saying we are reading a flowery band, here the poet has placed verb at the first place. Are we reading a flowery band? So this way the inversion is used in this poem by the poet. Thank you.